It's not often that I get to cook alongside one of my very favorite chefs and friends, so this is special. Food journalist and instructor Hsiao-Ching Chou is the author of 2 delicious cookbooks, Chinese Soul Food and Vegetarian Chinese Soul Food. Whatever you're making though, I know it's gonna be good, because everything you make always is good. Welcome, I'm so excited we get to do this together today.
On Instagram, though.
I know, oh, yeah, you need to follow Hsiao-Ching on Instagram if you don't already. You have been inspiring me to cook and teaching me to cook for roughly 15 years. That's how long we've known each other now.
I mean,
because we met when we were 15.
That's right.
Do you see what I did there?
Because, yeah, I did. And thank you, because I just turned 50, so that makes me feel really good.
Well, I am excited to see what you're doing today, because what I love about the way that you cook too is it really is accessible for other people to give it a try. It's not scary to cook your food.
You know, I picture my husband, who is, he's actually a producer here for evening, but he, you know, white guy from Linwood. And not so great with following recipes sometimes. So I picture him, I'm like, how do I make this cooking accessible for him?
It works perfectly. Okay,
and
so
it's like, yeah.
Yeah, so what are you cooking today?
Yeah, today we're making Mu Shu Vegetables.
Okay.
But what I did was, I'm gonna let you choose your adventure.
Oh.
I brought pork so we can do Mu Shu pork.
I do.
Yeah, it's okay.
Let's go with the Mu Shu pork.
See,
Yeah.
I know. Since this takes a long time to get started, I'm preheating the pan right now. At home, your stove probably doesn't take as long to heat up. But what we have in the ingredients today is, it's kind of like, just like a Chinese burrito in a way, all right? Ooh. So the main ingredient is cabbage. The recipe calls for just your regular green cabbage, which we have an example here, the little one. But what I'm using today is Taiwanese cabbage. And this is just a different variety. It's larger.
It's a lot bigger.
It's flatter, and I think it tastes a little bit sweeter.
Okay,
but
so this is regular cabbage.
That's regular green
Taiwanese.
cabbage. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm going to have you do some. It's like
Are
it's
you
like
sure
a
about this?
one pan thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've got the cabbage.
Just pour it all in?
Yep. Pour it in. Go for it.
Okay.
And then we have some bean sprouts, carrots, green onions.
Okay.
Duh.
This looks delicious and already smells good. How is that possible?
You can go ahead and start, like, you know, tossing it around.
Okay.
What we want to do is kind of wilt the vegetables down a little bit and pretend that we've had a couple of minutes in this pan, like we're on TV. So we don't have a whole lot of time, but I'm gonna toss in the pork.
And when you are cooking this at home, what temp do you want it? Are you going like medium, high?
So at home, I would be cooking this in a wok.
Okay.
And in studio, I'm doing it in a skillet, but also just to show that you can do it in a skillet, this particular dish. There are some dishes, of course, that I prefer in a wok, but this one I'm not so concerned about. Now I'm adding some eggs. Ooh. And if we were doing the vegetarian version, you could make it vegan just by leaving out the eggs.
Okay.
Right? And the seasoning is, we've got some soy sauce, a little bit of hoisin sauce, which everybody's familiar with because you've gone and had pho someplace, right?
Yeah, and that's like a plum, is hoisin plum sauce?
It's just, it does have sweetness in it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then this is called sweet bean paste. Sometimes it's called sweet flour sauce, but it's just different variations on a theme. And I'm going to throw that in, and that will get tossed around.
I love that this is all like a one-pot type of meal.
Pot, totally. And I'm just going to add just a splash of water to help activate it a little bit.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Well, so sometimes you need a little bit of liquid to help keep that sizzle up and to cook it down, right?
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And so just water. You don't need like broth or anything like that.
No.
Okay.
And then in the steamer over here, we have some of these pancakes, these Mu Shu pancakes on the side. Ooh, steam. And then you know, you can see the package on the side there if they want to zoom in on that. And
so
then
you can just buy. You can find those at the store.
You can buy that at an Asian market.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to mix this up.
And we mentioned your cookbooks earlier.
Yeah.
They're now out on paperback.
They are.
Which is amazing. This is a success story.
It means that the books are selling.
Right.
Thank you all very much because, and I'm adding a little bit of white pepper in here and a dash of sesame oil.
Ooh,
so
that's gonna make it smell extra good.
Additional flavors.
Okay.
And we just cook that up, and this is pretty much done. Okay.
Are you surprised by the reception that you've gotten for your cookbooks, or was this just proof that people wanted this information and that there was a need in the market for this information?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Right? Because, and for any cookbook author, unless you're, you know, Ina Garten or somebody like that who's on national TV, like you just put your baby out there and you're like, please love me. Maybe you'll love me. But yeah, so, you know, it's been really great that I've had such a good reception on that, and that they're printing more.
I love it.
And in paperback. So.
And this is proof why these cookbooks are great, because look at what you've been able to make in this amount of time. Yeah.
So this is really, really hot, but I have one that I prepared beforehand,
okay.
and we're going to use that because it's had a couple minutes to cool down just slightly. And what we want to do then is you can have.
What can I hold? Not the knife. Don't give me the knife.
No, I won't give you the knife. I will hold this here.
Okay.
We will grab one of these pancakes, and they're sort of like tortillas, but they're thinner.
Okay.
And you know, if you can't find these at the Asian market, or you don't want to go to the Asian market, you could use a flour tortilla. I won't judge you because, you know, unless you Instagram about it, I won't know.
Oh, I will judge you. Why wouldn't you go to the Asian market and get the real deal? This is great.
So like a burrito, you know, you put the filling in the middle and then we just roll this up. And, you know, I grew up in a Chinese restaurant. And in the restaurant, we would roll these for the customers, but we would have to do it with like chopsticks and stuff because you can't touch other people's food with your fingers, but we're friends, so I'm gonna.
Oh, my. So this is.
Yeah, and then you can just eat that and.
Okay, while I take a bite of this, I want you to tell everybody about this other huge part of your life that's been happening for the past few years. James Beard Awards are like the Oscars of the food world.
Yeah.
And you played a big role in this.
I was on the cookbook committee, so I helped to judge cookbooks and administer the awards program. So a lot of your favorite books, like every year we would get 400, 450 entries for cookbooks. And the committee then would, you know, we get judges, and then we, you know, go through the whole judging process, and it's a lot. It's a lot of work. And I've been the chair of that committee for a few years. I've just recently, my term ended just recently, so I had to step down. But it's been fun, and at this year's ceremony, I got to present a couple of awards, which, let me tell you, I had to follow Padma Lakshmi. Which would be intimidating you don't know,
to
you know,
anyone.
She's on Top Chef, gorgeous supermodel, and like dumpy, you know.
Oh,
not
stop
dumpy.
it.
Okay, I'm not gonna say that, but
and
like,
you
know.
gave the joke of the night in that she basically walked up and was like, this is like the part at the Academy Awards where the accountants come out to present their awards. So well
my
done.
joke landed.
It totally
People
landed.
laughed.
Everyone loved it. Well, thank you
awesome.
for your service there, and thank you for being here today, and thank you most of all for this, because oh buddy, this is good stuff. So check out Hsiao-Ching's cookbooks, and I wish you could smell this at home. Maybe next time.
We'll waft.
We'll waft it your way. All right. Hsiao-Ching is also sharing this delicious recipe on the New Day website, so go check it out.